Hi, so I wanted to share a craft with you that I made over the course of, it was like a couple months. Every night I would just sit down with this and add more and more to it just for leisure. It's a really experimental, as you can see, little scrappy sort of book made of just like mostly junk, which I think a lot of people use trims like I do and recycle and repurpose things, but there was a long time that I didn't do that. There are things that I realized in the past that I would throw out that didn't have to get thrown out. So I'm doing that a lot less now, and just trying to use what I have and use trims, and even like if I can avoid putting something in the recycle and like repurposing that, I'm trying to do that now. So it's definitely eco-friendly, and then I'm not claiming that I'm perfect at that. I do a lot that's probably really wrong when it comes to the carbon footprint, but I'm trying to do better because I'm an artist and a crafts person, and so I know that takes up a lot of resources over the course of someone's life. It's a lot of stuff that gets thrown out and recycled, and then there are the things that you think probably get recycled, but you find out are considered the hard to recycle things, and they get put in landfill. So this is just like one of my crafts that normally I would have made from brand new papers and things, and I use junk to make it instead. And I think that's kind of fun because I like things that are a little imperfect looking, and this definitely is that. So this actual, what I used to make the book, the art book itself, it was a Life brand bandage box, and I was gonna put it in the recycle, and then I thought, oh, that shape lends itself really nicely to like a book. So I think at the time I wasn't sure like if I was gonna make a scrapbook or an art journal or like a little photo album. And then I ended up making this. So I just cut it open, obviously, and then got to covering it with fabric and then gluing the pages in. And so there's the outside there. Sorry, my hand's a little shaky and I'm holding this camera. The fabric that I used, I got that from Michael's, and it's this cute daisy fabric that I covered it in. It's my grandma's favorite flowers, daisies. But then I wanted to just like cover it in my art. So I used my oil-based paint pens and art markers and different things, and just started drawing like butterflies and flowers and the kinds of things that I like to see, dragonflies and stuff, and sort of more abstract flowers. And then these are petals from Michael's, from the craft store, the local one that I go to. They let me sometimes take things like if it's petals that end up like on the floor from the faux floral section, after people rummage through, like some of it just comes apart, and I got to take that. And then this is a little sequiny thing from some Indian jewelry, or from Indian fabric, from a garment actually. And then there's a little dragonfly there with some sequins and some broken jewelry on there. That's all like secondhand, and like things that just were just like the little scraps that were left. And then so when I open it, you can see that the pages, I just took a bunch of lined paper that I had. I just had a bunch of lined paper from like courses that I do, and there's like a lot of it that I took and I made it like into the size of, I guess, little note size or note card sort of sizes, and I cut them like really, really roughly and glued them into the spine, just like a stack of it that I went and glued like in. And they're really imperfect, which I like. And then some of the pages are actually, they're envelopes. They're from envelopes from ones that my pen pal sent to me, Vicky, in Australia. She sent letters to me in these, and and take the envelopes and just tear them in half and then tear them again so I can make pages. And then, so on this side, forgive me if my hand's shaking a bit, there's more of the florals that I like to personalize the pages with, with the art pens and things. And this is from a calendar. I just tore it because I like to see the torn edge, and then I added the, I used the white Sharpie oil-based pen to make sort of like, I tried to do it kind of like an Indian style or like a henna style, but in my style, so it's a little bit bigger, like thicker, because I like the contrast against the dark. And then this is a little pave crystal sort of thing from some jewelry that I was making. It's just like a little extra piece. This is from the Indian garment that I bought secondhand at like a Valley Village. That garment, and cleaned it, and I cut it. I just cut it for scraps. Every bit of it's gonna get used for crafts and making jewelry and things like that. So that's the envelope page. From my pen pal, like you can see the stamps on there from Australia, and the little open me, that was from another one that she sent me for one for Christmas. So it's a little more glittery, and then I just started drawing all over it like crazy. This is from, I like to make my abstract art on pages, and then I'll take it and tear it apart and like patch it onto other pages, like collage it. So that's one. This little heart here was like my little sacred heart kind of design. It's a sacred heart made from foam. That was also gonna get thrown out. This is from someone who she had a bunch of this, and she was gonna just like get rid of it, and then she realized that she could give it to people who would put it to use. So I inherited some, and then I got my metallic pen out and started adding little details everywhere. And yeah, there's like details everywhere you look, just like little abstract sort of things. So that's that spread there. And then this side, and this, I like to use these books to experiment and also put like just positive little things that'll make me happy when I look at it. So these are the really rough, torn envelope pages, and it was just like a day where I needed to write out lots of things that make me happy. My cats, Abby and Daisy and Gunpad, and time with my mom, and things that I love like chocolate. And these are more of the abstract pages that I ripped apart and made like little tabs. You can see those there. There's that page, and then there's more abstract art, so getting into the lined paper now. And then a lot of the metallic stuff and tabs, and so this was some of the lined paper, and I just went crazy with like abstract art, and sometimes the lined paper is there for me to write words on, but sometimes I just put abstract art right on there. Just emotions, I guess. My kitty's sleeping. This is another one I made from like, these were sketchbook paper pages, and then some more of the collage abstract art. Sorry, sweetie. Sorry, honey. And then scrap paper that was from like a junk mail thing, and I used it to sort of wrap around it. But I'll talk about that another time. That one is not done. Sorry, that was my finger. So that's that page. And then there's this one, and this was like one of the things I found like in the faux flower section, like the inner part stamen, I think, that had fallen out. So I took that, more of my collaged abstract art, torn paper, a button that I didn't know what to do with. I didn't really want it on any of the garments that I was making, so I glued it on there. This is an envelope from another pen pal, and I like to rip them in half and like use half on a page and half as like another page, and then this is some torn paper that I glued on top of that because I just like to layer things up. Really messy, but and then there's another spread. Yeah, this is the other half of that envelope. And then I just covered up some of the address stuff with like abstract art in metallics, like my little mountains, and then some more, like this is an example of something that normally I would have thrown out, like a small torn piece. And I just look at it and go, I don't know what to do with it, but now I actually use them. They're so small. You can see my hand compared to that. But all the odd little bits can actually be used for art, which I think is so amazing. And more collaged pieces, and even like these parts that would normally get trimmed out. I think they add such a nice texture. I don't know, like I like these weird little sort of shapes that it creates and texture. And another tab. And that tab. This is probably my favorite spread. Some writing, and then this again. This is like such a garbage piece that I wanted to turn into more art, more of the collaged paper. Some things I write just to remind myself to not give up hope when things are kind of rough. And this was interesting because it's from an envelope, or not an envelope, sorry, it was a, oh, sorry, I'm failing here. It was a little booklet of stamps. So it was a booklet of stamps, and it was all about the night sky in Canada, the northern lights. And I took the empty booklet and made it into a page, and some pages in here. And then there's more messy stuff going on here. There's my metallics and some oil pastels. Yeah, it gets really messy. This is from, what is this from? It's from a thing of watercolors that I bought. And that was just explaining like the names of the colors in French, and I thought it would be kind of nice in the book just to have those words. And more abstract stuff. More like things that I write to myself. And hearts everywhere, of course, and scribbles. So that's that spread. There's this, the daisies, and just messiness and metallics that just seem to, everything can be just so messy, and then you put some like metallic on it, and it adds a little bit of life. More of the pages that they're very messy, which I love, and more of the abstract ones that I tore and glued on, and I just like use a glue stick. And the actual glue stick I'm going to repurpose, and I'm not sure how. I might turn the glue sticks I have into stamps. This is from, I bought some linens, and I can't remember what the company's called, but it had this beautiful and on it, ampersand, what's it called? It's probably the wrong word. And just tore it off of the label and glued it here, and more abstracts, of course. I like those edges. More abstract. This is from a friend. This is her business card. It says, abundance begins with gratitude. And so that's her business card. That's Erica's card. And there's more abstract art collaged in. And more little heart and feathers. And this is like all about comfort. So like that was a Starbucks gift card that my mom gave me, and I thought the art on it was very pretty. So I kept that, and the little envelope it came in. Envelope? Little card case. And I drew some stuff on it. And this is from some tea. And just reminds me of the things I like to, like I'll be having tea or something while making art. This is a Free People label that I thought was just so pretty. I think that's so nice, I didn't want to throw it out. That was about my grandma and just a lot of love for her. More. This is painted on there, and then this is, I like to sew the pages sometimes. Put some stitching details. More of the metallics, and I haven't filled it all up yet. I think I might leave some of it blank. I don't know. More of my tabs, my messy tabs. Maybe I will write some more in here. Look how the metallics look. And yeah, that was the Northern Lights, the booklet of stamps. It's all empty now because I use the stamps for pen pal letters and for delivering packages of like my crafts to people who would buy them, and jewelry. More abstract. I put a lot of texture into that, but it's so miniature. I tried to continue like the the Northern Lights thing. And then this is from a clothing, a piece of clothing. It was the tag, and again, it was just such a pretty tag. I didn't want to throw it out, so I added some washi tape and words. And that was from envelope from a letter that a friend sent to me. And more just torn paper and like pretty things, little swirls of things and florals. Almost done. And this was some recycled paper too that I made into my butterfly. And my last page, it's like really messy. I tried to stamp some flowers and it turned out just so messy. More petals. So that's it. That's my scrappy book that's just full of like junk made into art. And it's got all the odd bits and edges that normally get trimmed out, and I like that because it's a little bit less in my garbage or in my recycle bin. I don't know why I like this page so much. But this one's my favorite. This spread here is my favorite one. That's it. That's my book. I'm gonna make another one. I like moving them so you can see the light reflecting. I'm going to make another one. I started to make one. So it's like, I don't know if I showed the back. I probably did with the little I love you for was for myself, but it's for anybody looking through it too. It's a little message. So that, and that's fine. I'm making another one, and this one is like made from junk too. That's from junk mail, but I liked the look of it and just like drawing all over it and birds, and there's a more collaged paper. That's from a pen pal letter too. Like the envelope had this really pretty sort of print of roses that you can faintly see, and then some of my art there, and more collaged abstract art that I add, and my abstract flowers, and so this one is almost done. You can see like more of like the envelope stuff that I use, and then just drawing over it. The little flowers that I add, and swirls, and there's that. This one's very messy too, like it's not done. But that's basically it. And when that's done, I'll share that. So those are my scrappy books. And I hope you like them. Thank you. And when I'm done, I will share more of what I've completed. Thanks. Bye.